Welcome back. Here's where you left off. Spoilers ahead for chapters 1 through 5 of Convergence Book 5, Desperate Measures. So after a long delay, we have Convergence Book 5, Desperate Measures by Craig Alanson. And at the end of the last book, in Book 4, we had the leader of Syrtis, Annie, get captured. And I wanted, Leonard, for this to start off with some chase or some like car chase or some action thing to happen right in the beginning of the book. But it's Craig Alanson, and he is a slow burn kind of guy. And all we got was Duke going after a squirrel, basically, in the beginning of the book. So we read the first 5 chapters here. How do you feel the first few chapters went?
I want to say it was a nice, well, first of all, welcome back, Convergence. We've been waiting for this book for a while to come back because it left as a cliffhanger that in a way that I'm just waiting for it, right? So how it begins was, I don't know. It's very, very hard for me to describe it because how it started in this book is Annie being captured. Right?
Annie was already captured.
So Annie's
already captured.
Sorry, you're right. Annie's captured, but she's being held. And the most funniest thing in the whole thing is when they were feeding her, they gave her a vegetarian meal. So that means they're making sure that she's comfortable. And yeah,
it's interesting because there's a lot of things that happen in these chapters, and we had sort of what I call the Duke and Kaz chapter where they just go for a walk. And, I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of Craig's slow burns. But for this book specifically, I would make the argument that we ended off on a cliffhanger, and I wanted the book to start off where it left off with that cliffhanger rather than do the slow burn start. And so I was a little disappointed with that simply because I wanted there to be some massive reaction immediately. And we had Signe, obviously getting alerted that Annie was captured and so forth. And she's, scrambling everybody and letting everybody know, which was great and wonderful. I just wish the order was a little different, I think. I wanted it to be a little more action-packed than it was. I mean, we always have the great humor and the great fun that Craig writes into his books with Duke, and now we have Kevin in the cast, which you were really enjoying. And we have also the collapse of Syrtis, basically, is what's happening right now because of Annie being captured. And just what are your thoughts on how we saw this book begin?
So you're right. There was a lot of things that makes you, for me, like actually, when you asked me the question, what do I think about this whole thing, especially with the slow burn going to where we are at the end of chapter 5. So when you said when you made a comment that Syrtis might be falling apart or might be they are compromised big time because Annie got captured. They did a special code to disband, and no one's allowed to touch any assets of Syrtis, right? So now they're literally on their own with their own money, and now they have to use their own resources to figure this out, right? And it just makes you feel like it's more. I got the way this book started. I have a feeling that this book is going to be less Syrtis run mission, more of Kaz mission.
Okay, we got to be really fair here. We are in the first 5 chapters. We're not full on into this book. If I was to judge it based on the first 5 chapters, I would say that magic isn't the primary focus of the book so far, because we're trying to get Annie back, right?
Yeah, you're trying to get Annie back, but at the same time, it's really heavy on the, like, okay, I don't know. It's, as you said, this is the first 5 chapters of the first of the newest book. We're speculating a lot right now, but based on those 5 chapters, you have to agree with me that this missions that they're doing right now is literally trying to survive.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Mike and Isabel are trying to follow the procedures. And it's interesting because Isabel and Kaz have this whole conversation about sacrificing Annie. And it's weird because Kaz's reaction is, I'm not willing to sacrifice anyone. And I wonder who has the higher ground here, because they're approaching it from, everybody else, including Annie, can be replaced, but you're the wizard, you can't be replaced. So our primary goal is to protect you. And I see their point of view, but on the other hand, Kaz is like, I'm not leaving anyone behind. And I really like that attitude of his. Now, as we get on in the chapters, I'm asking you, do you think his choices were right, or do you think we're setting himself up for failure here?
You actually asked the right question there. If the question was posed, would you sacrifice Annie to save Kaz? Or you'll just say, screw it, let's just save Annie and whatever happens. So for right now, there's a line that needs to be crossed. And the way how chapter 5 ended, that line just got crossed. Right? Saying that, do we save Annie? Don't worry about Kaz's safety, or sacrifice Annie to save Kaz.
Well, at the end of the chapter, the very end of the chapter, Kaz is outside starting the car.
Yeah.
So he's intending to leave without any of the gang.
Oh yeah.
But here's my question: is that a good direction for Craig to take the book in?
Oh yes. Oh hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
All right. Why?
Yeah. Because it's for the past 5. What's it? Book 3? Book 4?
We're in book 5.
Book 5. Holy crap. We're in book 5 now. And from the first book to now, in end of book 4, those guys are always together. They're always together. They're always finding they have a mission at the end of the book. They complete a mission. So now Annie's gone. Let's just presume that she's gone, and Surdis is out of a leader for the next for this book, for example. Kaz always says that I don't want to sacrifice anybody for me. I just want to do my job, and I want to make sure
he's always the lone wolf.
Yeah,
he's always. But is that going to serve him in this?
That's a good question. And to be honest with you, for him going out like that and says, you know what, you have those 3 have to make had to make the decision. Save and sacrifice. Right now, they have this idea of sacrificing Annie to save Kaz, and Kaz's mentality is like, save Annie, don't worry about me.
Well, I'm gonna make the argument in Kaz's mind. I think Annie is more important because she has knowledge that he needs, and she's the only person that has that knowledge, or the full picture, we'll say, of everything, right? And so I would make the argument that Kaz's argument to save her is because of that, even though it's a trap, makes sense. My problem with the end of chapter 5 is we've been going through the last 2 books and turning these people into a team where I trust you, you trust me. You know, we're working together. We're getting other people. Macarius dies to save them. I mean, there's a lot of sacrifice going on here on both sides. And him just right out getting in the car, I kind of didn't like it. I kind of did, because I was like, you guys have been building this team along for the last little while. And anytime that Mike and Isabel's primary job, which they've never wavered on, is we're here to keep you safe. That's our whole job. and he's like ducking out like they're the Secret Service and he's ducking out the Secret Service detail or something like that. Like there's a big difference here.
Very
right?
JFK of him.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. So I mean, when we're talking about this, I'm sitting there, and at the end of the chapter, I'm like, I don't know if I like that. I just don't know if I like that at all. Just because I like when they're working as a team. When they were in the Nether in the last book, in book 4, they really had to work together. Everybody had their skill set. Everybody had their role. Even Boots was like, "I told you I was a god." Like, you know, I was like,
well,
so,
he is a god. He is a very kid-free god.
But everybody was working as a team, right? And we even had Kevin come into the mix in that book. I just mean that the team that he's building, and now in this book, it seems, and I'm just saying it seems that way because we only read the first 5 chapters, that Craig is writing it so Kaz is going off being the lone wolf. Of course, beginning the book, we might be completely wrong, which we usually are. But
especially the first
chapters, yeah, I know.
First, what do you think was gonna happen next?
I mean, come on, Mike might run out of the house and like throw a knife into the engine or something. I don't know.
That would be the most funniest thing ever, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Chapter 6, they might stop him or whatever. But it's just the way the end of the chapters is there. You know,
it's kind of funny though, because if you use the theory of he is a lone wolf, and we both agree he is, because he's been trying to survive by himself for a while now, right? And he saw losing Annie as a mission for him to save her. I'm literally putting my foot down on this one. This is my thing now, that he's planning to save her. If he has to sacrifice himself, he will do it. That's his mentality since day one. It's like, I don't want anybody else to be around me because this is my own burden. This is my burden to.
I get it, and I'm totally with him on it. But really, is that him being responsible at this point? I guess that's my point. It's like, you know that you're the only person that can stop the Convergence. Is it really responsible for you to run out of the house, grab a car, and be like, I'm going to do lone wolf to go save Annie? Like, you know it's a trap. Well, it's completely a trap. It's clearly a trap. He knows it's a trap. Go with the people that a team. You know what I mean?
Well, you already said it. You literally said it already before a few minutes ago, saying that oh man, I forgot now. Damn it!
You forgot what I said.
I forgot exactly what you said because it was actually very good. That's how good it is. I forgot about it. You said that he needs Annie to give him information.
Yeah, like
right?
she is the main person that has no other person has the knowledge that Annie has. So she's the big picture. So
she's the big picture. Yeah. She has access to the library. She has access to.
She knows where all the bodies are buried.
Yeah, exactly. So. 2 things we can look at this. One is he's saving her so he will not lose that access. But remember the first 2 chapters, first 3 books, he didn't have access to any of that. The only access he has is historical data.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have access to books. He doesn't have access to information about the other wizards out there. He's, as far as he's concerned, going into this to this series, he's by himself.
Right.
So for you to say that, oh, he needs Annie to do this, it's like, Annie is nice to have. She's an option. But can he do the job by himself? He can. It's going to take him longer. He said that several times already. It's going to take him longer to figure things out. But it's nice to have this. But can I live without it? Yes. It's like a cell phone. Can you live without a cell phone? Yes.
Yeah, but if you're disconnected from the internet, is it really going to be
there's a computer?
It's like it's an information highway thing for him, right?
Yeah, he's been doing
the books. I mean, I think it was book 3 where he got access to the books or something that they had or whatever. And I mean, we're talking this book. We have Signy. She's flying around doing her little fairy thing, doing all the tech stuff and everything, and. I also found it interesting that he set up a secret or a connection between her and him, just the 2 of them, right?
Yes. Well, his reasoning why is just in case he needs to talk to her if there's an emergency.
Right.
And it makes a lot of sense. And all of them agree that this is a good idea.
Yeah.
Right. I have a feeling next chapter he's gonna call her right away. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
I need you to tell me exactly.
I'm driving
where she
down
is.
the road.
Yeah.
Mike's behind me.
No,
Give me
where's Isabel and Mike? I don't know. So he's gone. Let's just presume right now he's gone. He got away pretty easily. He said his bias to do.
I need to say
all
something
that
here, though,
stuff.
before I forget it. I love the explanation of Signe setting up a mobile truck.
Oh my god! I was like,
no, just as there's a mobile truck that some random guy is getting paid cash to drive around while she does all her internet stuff. I would love for the guy to open up the back, see an entire tech farm there with a little ferry sitting there, and she'd be like, "I told you not to open up the bar."
now I have to kill you.
I don't know. It's just like if the guy just the reason I say this is just think about driving around. You're like, I wonder what's in the back. I wonder what's in the back. Maybe it's drugs. Or
Remember,
it's like whatever,
we don't talk anything about the back box of doom. I'm just saying that was a good point, because when I read that part, I was like like. Would I look at the back?
Yeah,
of course I'm going to look at the back.
Yeah, I know.
Who wouldn't? Tell me which person in the world will not look. It's like saying, do not press this red big button. Of course someone's going to press the red big button. It does not exist if you don't talk about it, So it's like the Epstein's file. If you don't talk about it, it does not exist. It's kind of interesting, because when you said that she might have she already set up a mobile command center in the back of a van driving around the country. I'm like, remember before that it was a laundromat. So now they're driving around, and Kaz literally said, "How can she drive around? She's about, I don't know, 2 inches tall." So no, I mean, she might have someone else's driving, and I'm like, what is? It's not even a plausible thing. It's not even a. I have a feeling she's literally in someone's basement doing all this. There's no way she'll be the mobile device. It just doesn't make any sense. But again, the book, the character in the book is speculating. We're speculating, but it's a good speculation.
No, I mean they mentioned they mentioned that. I mean, that's what Isabel says about it. I like it. I like the explanation. I think it's a cool explanation. I like it. I would like, you totally look in the back. I bring that up.
If you ask everyone's going to be like, as soon as they stop for a bathroom break, the first thing they're going to do is like, what's in the, I can see it right now. That guy when it goes inside to a gas stop, pouring him or herself a coffee, and be like, what's in the back? What's in the back? Should I look? I'm getting paid a lot of money not to look back.
See a little fairy typing on a keyboard and be like, son of a...
They open it. It's like the Men in Black movie when he opened the locker. It's a Hill K.
Well, remember, she's like a goth fairy too. I think it is. Is she not goth?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So it's pretty interesting. So
what do you think's going to happen in the next few chapters, buddy? Where are we sitting with this?
What I want to see, or what you think the world's going to see?
I want to know what you want to see, because I want you to know what you want to see, because oftentimes we do predictions and it's rare when it comes true, but when it does, it's really awesome for us. So I want to know where you like it to go moving forward.
Okay, this is what I'm predicting. Okay, Kaz he didn't escape; he just left with a van, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's in the house, this awful house. He left. Everyone wakes up, like, "Where's Kaz?" Duke will literally say, "He left," and we'd be like, "What the WTF?" So everyone's gonna scatter, and everyone's trying to call Kaz. Kaz is gone, right? And next thing, I have a feeling Kaz will call. We'll start calling the fairy. Oh, I can't remember her name now. Sydney. She's gonna call Sydney and say, "I need you to tell me where is Annie. I'm there to rescue her right now." That's what's gonna happen.
Sydney doesn't know where Annie is, though.
Oh, she does. Oh my gosh, Derek! As soon as that happens, we're like, "Oh yeah, found her."
Well, no. I think actually they already addressed it in the book because she had two primary trackers. One was the phone, one was the car, one was their phone, and it was like a personal tracker. But she tried to get all of those, and none of them worked. So she has an idea of sort of generally, but she doesn't know where she is. So that's a problem. But here's the other interesting thing I forgot to ask you about. Who is holding Annie?
See, I thought about that. Mike actually made a good comment on this one, saying that Annie could be held by, I don't want to say rogue Templars here. I got this feeling that she's being held by enthusiastic Templars. And it's like, hey, we got screwed in this one. Let's go get her now. But forgot about the ramification of her being captured. But at the same time, too, her being captured and Mike breaking into that gallery, that might trigger something, right?
I find it interesting, and I'm going to bring up your vegetarian dish thing. This brings up an interesting point. The Order knows about Annie, but they don't know where she is or so forth and so on. They communicate through a board. So the question about whether this is the Order or not, to me, is a very significant question for the simple reason that these people, whoever they are, know that she's a vegetarian. Now, if the Order were able to surveil her or to whatever her, they would have already captured her in order to have her preferences of food and so forth. So this would imply that it's a group of people that know her, or at least are around her enough to know her preferences. And I don't think it's the Order.
You think it's Ascensions?
I don't know, buddy. I don't know. But what I mean is that I don't think it's the Order. I don't think it's the Order at all. It's a group of people or some people that know who she is. Maybe it's the CIA or something. Who knows? Like maybe Craig will pull in like another government organization. Obviously, it's a government organization. Maybe it's the IRS. It'd be funny if it was the IRS. That'd be funny. It's like, you would pay your taxes.
Forgot to pay your taxes. Oh, by the way, you're not in America? Oh, crap. We have zero jurisdiction.
I don't know. I think moving forward, there's going to be two things that happen, which I'm hoping. I would like the team not to split up, which I think that's what Craig is going for. I think Craig is splitting up the team, and I think whoever is holding Annie, their goal, it may not be Kaz. I don't know why. It might be interesting to have that be the plot point, but that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that whatever their goal is, because they haven't demanded anything yet, they're just keeping her safe, having her chill. Why? What's your goal here, right? If you're keeping her around, the idea is that you're destabilizing something, which is Sirtis, probably, right? Maybe that is the Order, perhaps. Just keep the main person gone. But how do you know her food? So it feels like it's somebody who's close to her that would know her preferences. That's my thought on it. Join us next time as we review chapters 6 through 10 of Convergence, Book 5, Desperate Measures. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and share a review. We love to hear from you. Send us an email at yourbookmarksinfo@gmail.com. Join us again right here where you left off.